is well with you, I pray. Happy Tuesday. Hope your morning is starting out to be amazing. I just wanted to jump on really fast on my way somewhere, and I wanted to drop this nugget on you. Everything good is not God. I'm learning that, or I have learned that. Hello, welcome on look. Just wanted to drop a nugget. A lot of times, you know, I've grown to a place now, or I'm growing into a place now that to understand that everything is good is not of God. A lot of times we get invited someplace. A lot of times we get asked to speak at different engagement. If you get asked to speak in certain places, or you get invited some places, initially you think it's a good thing. Initially you think it's a good thing, and initially you think it's not. But everything is good. Everything that is good is not of God. Everything that is good is not of God. That's why it's always so important for us to have a discerning spirit. It's always important for you to pray. Pray about everything. I don't care what it is. Every event that you may be asked to go to, every event that you be asked to speak to or not, you have to recognize whether it's of God. You have to recognize the motives behind it. You have to first pray about it before you accept an engagement. And I got this from, there was an engagement that I was asked to speak at, to be a panelist at. And initially I responded, was like, you know, initially I was like, okay, that sounds like a good thing. It was about empowering women and things like that. But then the Holy Spirit brought it to my mind, you know, what is this really about? So I started digging more into the event, and I started looking more, trying to get more details about the event. And then I said, you know what, before I respond with a yes, let me go ahead and pray about it. And after I prayed about it and meditated on it, it wasn't an appointed time for me to be able to do the things that was asked in this event. And so I responded to the person and let them know that, you know, I was led not to actually do it. Because a lot of times we'll get so caught up in trying to, you know, be able to be exposed, which I said it would, like I said, it can be a good thing, but it may not be the appointed time where God wants you to release whatever it is that they're asking you to release, or to be in that type of atmosphere at the time that they're asking you to be in that type of atmosphere. So you have to be mindful, and you have to be careful that everything that may be a good thing is not necessarily a God thing. That's why it's so important to always pray, always seek God for the guidance and direction. You know, even if the person is a good person, they may be doing great things. You know, you may know that person, they may have a report and a history, all of that. But still, it still may not be a God thing at the appointed time. We always want to make sure that whatever we do is, for one, God is getting the glory out of it, and for two, that it's advancing His kingdom. So it can be a wedding event, it can be a church service, it can be an empowerment event, it can be, you know, an investment event, it can be for entrepreneurs, it can be, you know, a family event. Just because it's family doesn't necessarily mean it's just something that you should dwell in at that appointed time. So you always have to pray. You always have to be mindful of that. You always have to be discerning of that. And you always have to, you know, get to a place where you understand that you always have to seek God in it. And it don't have to be deep where you got to go into this whole situation with God to try to figure out, okay, God, am I should or should not be there? It's just a simple question that you can ask Him, and He will give you confirmation, or the Holy Spirit will speak to you right then and there, or speak to you at the appointed time. So we have to be mindful of that. Every good thing is not a God thing. It's not necessarily a God thing. It can be a good thing. It can, you know, be a good event. You know, it can be an event where they're pouring into women, pouring into men, whatever the case may be. But if it's something that they're asking you to do, or an assignment or anything of that nature, or for you to just to go, always check the motives. Always seek for the motives. Seek for the discerning, you know, to have a discerning spirit to understand whether that's something you should be at or not. Or the purpose of why you should be there or not. Because a lot of times God sent us places for a purpose. He sent us places for a purpose. So understanding what the purpose is of you going there or not, or being a part of something or not. A lot of times people will ask you to be a part of something, and we're quick to do it just out of help, you know, or just out of being, you know, just wanting to help someone or help an event or do things of that nature to keep it moving forward, and whatever the case may be. But it may not necessarily be something that you should or should not be doing. It may not necessarily be something that God wants you to do at that point in time. So again, I just wanted to jump on really quick while I'm out and about to drop that nugget. Everything that is a good thing is not necessarily a God thing. So you always want to have a spirit of discernment. You always want to seek God in it and seek God in the situation. You always want to ask God to reveal to you the motive behind the event, or the motive, the purpose behind it, and should it be something that you should be a part of or not. So while you go out throughout your day, I pray that you have peace, blessings. Until next time, I am out. My name again is Latoya, last name Wallace. I reside in Chicago, Illinois. I am under the covenant of Apostle Lawrence Dion Hill of Consuming Fire Kingdom Ministries. If you are in Chicago, we have worship service on Saturday at 10 a.m. So come and be a part of our service. Come out if you're in the Chicago area. So until next time, be blessed.